Okay, let's continue on with video number 5, and we're going to rename our composition. So you want to come over here and click Comp 1, hit Enter to rename it. And you're just going to call it Project 3 and your initials, and hit Enter. Now just to make a little more room down below, I'm going to drag up. You can move your panels around however you like. I'm going to move this one up just a little bit, so we got a bit more room down here in the project. Our mask, if you remember, is our lime green mask. You click on mask and then you get your lines visible again. We're going to adjust this thing. First we're going to feather it just a tiny bit, so come down to feather. No need to hit the stopwatch because we don't want to animate it. We want to make it feathered all the way across the video. Yeah, you can just drag over here and it'll adjust the level of feathering. If you go really high, you're going to get a lot of distance. Your feather is going to cover a lot of ground. Click off the mask for a moment so that you aren't looking at it, and you can see you get kind of a fuzzy outline because this feather is pretty big. We just want a little bit so that it doesn't have too much of a hard edge. I'm going to drag this over. Just a little bit is really all you need. So let's try 8 pixels. See how that looks. Not too bad. We can scrub the timeline a little bit. It just kind of takes off a little bit of that hard edge. But in other cases you may want a nice, really soft edge, so you can adjust your feather however you like, depending on whatever you're using for in your project. What we are going to be animating on the mask is the path. We want to have a bit of a wavy kind of thing happening down here at the bottom with our mask. This is just for an example, so normally you would spend quite a lot more time working on this, but I just want to show you how to do it, and then you can use it however you like for your projects. But it probably won't match up perfectly with what's going on in the background there. I'm going to drag over to the beginning of our timeline. The yellow guitar pick. So it's a bit of a shaky shot, but that's okay for these purposes. Okay, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here. Remember, you use your mouse wheel to zoom. Turning on my stopwatch on mask path. I'm going to start just adjusting these handles a little bit. And notice a keyframe has been created right here. Move over a little bit more. Adjust things. Right, and move over a little bit more. Move these keyframes a bit. Down a little bit more, and adjust your keyframes a bit, a little bit more. Remember to keep an eye, make sure you're getting keyframes created here when you move down, because if you're not seeing your little diamonds, then something's wrong. Most likely your stopwatch is not clicked. Okay, that should be enough. So when we scrub our timeline, as you can see, our little vertices are moving from keyframe to keyframe. And you know, this is not perfect, but it kind of gives you an idea. So that is how you animate your mask. And remember, you can click off it in order to hide your mask, and then spacebar just to run things. So that gives you a rough image of what's going on there. Anyway, we'd want to continue on with the whole thing to the end of the video. That is how you do animated masks. I'm going to twirl down and open up my mask here so I can see my little keyframes. Come over here and zoom all the way out on the comp, so that's the entire length of it. And I'm just going to select my keyframes. They turn yellow when they're selected. And Control or Command C. Just move down a little bit. Control or Command V. I've just copied those keyframes. That kind of keeps my little wavy line going. And come over a little bit further. Command V, or Control V. And then one more time. Right there. You can do the whole thing by hand if you want, or you can just copy and kind of repeat that animation. But now that is happening across the board, happening throughout the entire thing. Right, for the next video we're going to cover animating a pre-composed layer. We're going to clip live motion video using a shape layer. What we've done here is we've clipped a still image using a shape layer. So the next one we're going to do live motion video.